Hello and welcome to my world, the world of digits. The name is Digit D. Are you ready for the review? What kind of review, you ask? Hollow Knight, of course! Let's go inside my place and watch. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show! Hey, what's up? What do you think of that intro video I just did? That's my newest intro video for you guys, and it's specifically made for all my new upcoming channel and everything else for my YouTube and my Patreon account. So I want to say welcome again to Hollow Knight in-depth review. This is my video game review for Hollow Knight, and it's going to be very intense, so I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys watch and see everything I do so you guys can get a hand and feel for this game, because this game is awesome. It's not just awesome, it's unique, it's different, it's fun. Well, I wouldn't say different, but it's fun and it's hard, it's challenging, and this game will make you feel something when you by the end of this game. So let's hop right into Hollow Knight. I want to say thank you for watching again. This is for my patrons. You guys are I have dedicated patrons, and I want to say thank you to all of them. Thank you for the support you guys been giving me, and this is what I'm giving back in return, is this awesome video here that takes time, putting effort into these and everything else. So this is my Hollow Knight in-depth review. So everything is opinion based. Everything is from my opinion, but I'm going to do my thing a little bit different. I'm going to be going through the game of different parts of the segments, showing you guys different cool things what this game has to offer, and then I'm going to give a little rating near the end of each segment before I move to the next segment, so you guys can understand. So if you just want to watch a certain segment, you can, or you can watch the entire thing and understand and just watch all of it, or it's up to you, basically. So I do have my notes here that I took, because I took a lot of notes playing this game. I've put more than almost 40 hours into it. You can see that I put in 37 hours and 8 minutes into this game. They said I got 100%, but I know I beat the game, but I didn't beat the game, because at the percent rise, there says there's 112%, so I have to get all the gems, the boss fights, and everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about, let's jump right into it. You like this background? You don't get this background until you beat the second to final boss of the game. I don't know. I beat the one boss, and you can tell it's different. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about the story. Well, so this is the story segment part of the game. Story-wise, there's not really much story you can do. Not really. There is story, like hidden elements, finding different people, or helping them out in the game, and talking to them. Your basic story is, you start off basically over here. There is a lot of spoilers in this game. You start over here. You come from this area. This is where the game starts off. You're alone, and then you see a figure at the very beginning of the game, and it shows you something, and you must do something, but that's it. That's all you have to go off of. So in this game, the people from Team Cherry, the people who made it, it's also a Kickstarter game, they wanted to make you feel something dark and alone in this game. Like, every area is supposed to be made dark, but every area is made beautiful, but the story of it all, it's kind of hard to find. So let's see if we can find some lore here for you guys. So you got to read the stuff the items that they give you. The items that are in there will tell you different stories, different backgrounds, everything else of what goes on with different items and stuff like that. So you can see where it reads, it tells you what it came from. This is where you're going to find your story and your lore actually in the game. It's from your item pieces. It's going to tell you exactly where it came from, what does it do, and everything else if you get. You also, so every single piece in this game has a piece of lore credit behind it. Some of it does, some of it don't. Most of these tell you what to do because these are your charms that are used in the game. But here's more where you can see there's more story, more in depth about each character, each monster you fight, each and everything about the game. It tells you right here in depth. You can also find, let's see, these things here. They tell you a little bit more story along the way. They tell you what's going on. They're trying to see beyond this point, you enter the land of the king and the creator that stepped across the threshold and behaved. So you're trying to find the king. But the thing is, there is no king. There is a king, but you end up becoming the king. Spoilers. I told you, this is all spoilers. So if you haven't played this game or heard of this game, but you're trying to get to the king and you find somebody. One of the main people that you come across, or they're not people actually, they're all bugs. Every single last person in this game is a bug. It's one of the bosses. You end up fighting her twice. She has a cool fighting style. Her name's Hornet. You come across her in the beginning of the game. So you have to fight her near the beginning and near the end to progress to the story for the rest of the storyline. Because certain parts of the game is blocked because of certain segments where you have to fight certain bosses to get past the story. When you fight those certain bosses, you can move on and you can get the other stuff. So you fight Hornet twice to get the unlock to become the king that will allow you to fight the final guy of the game, which his name is Hollow Knight, and you can fight him and then you end up taking his spot and it shows the game and it ends the game and then ends the game credits. So there's something there. But if you want to find here or hear speculations, you can look up on YouTube or you can go find that stuff there elsewhere and go get that information that way. But if you really want to look in depth, just read it. Right here is the game. You have the game in front of you. Just do that. So let's go to talk about the next segment here. I didn't know I didn't really move around much, but in this segment, I am going to talk about the graphics. Graphics. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. Actually, I think the graphics in this game... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to give a rating at the end for the story. For the story, I'm going to give it a... Since it's kind of a mystery for the story, it's like... my scale is going to be probably... I'm going to say 1 out of 8. 1 out of 8 is going to be the 8. I'm going to just use that scale. That scale is kind of cool. 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 7. I'm going to just say 7. 1 out of 7. So the score being for the story is going to be a 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7. But let's get back onto graphics. So we're going to talk about the graphics now. The graphics of this game is pretty darn cool. They're really awesome. They're very, very, very unique and different to every single area you go to. I mean, it is so cool and it's awesome. So I want you to check out this small clip that shows this awesome scene that I recorded in the game that it's kind of hard to get to, but here it is. Check it out. So, how'd you like it? Welcome back, you guys. So, But that is a cool, awesome scene from the game. And look, you can see in different parts of the game, because I messed with the story, because you did part of the story, part of the game start changing. So enemies start changing. They're all infected with this goo stuff. You got to go to the black egg. So you can see that they did a highly good job on this game for the graphics wise. This is just one small area. So since this is just one small area, I'll give you a little look or a glimpse or at mostly every single area you come across. So this is the first area, Dirt Mouth. You can do that and jump up here to get across to certain areas. So, save. This is called the Stegway Beetle. The Stegway helps you get to certain areas and location of the game. So we're gonna go to Green Path, so you can see what that area looks like. So I can show you guys what I mean by the art, the graphics. This is cool. This is very cool stuff. You can tell the graphics of this game changed. Everything changed. The look, the feel, everything. It makes you feel like you're in like a forest type area and everything else. So you got different plant monsters. Everything, the monsters are different. Besides me getting hit every 5 seconds or me screwing up. But you can see that the area is different. It's dedicated to the green, to whatever area I'm in, which is called Green Path. And each and every area is different and unique in its own style of art. So this is the Green Path. I just wanted to show you what kind of stuff you would encounter in the Green Path. There we go. It's dead. But this is a small area of the Green Path. So let me go to another areas for you guys to go check out and look so you can see what I mean. Da da da. Those signs do help out. You can tell the signs are graphics. They got a little picture that tells you where the stag beetle is. You just follow the arrows, follow the directions, and then you go straight to them. And there's the stag beetle. So let's go to, not Queen's Garden, because Queen's Garden is somewhat close to Green Path of how it looks. Let's go to King Station. Now this is the rainy area. This is the City of Tears. Why? Because it's raining. It's raining all day, every day in this. You can see the graphics changed. It looks more of a castle out there. The music's changed. You can tell this is water. You can look at the graphics of this stage. You can see that it's so much different compared to what I was just at for Green Path, for Dirt Mouth, everywhere else. So you can see the graphics, they did a really good job on this game. This game, they did a great job. They did with the team they had, the people they used to make this game, and the money they got funded from all their Kickstarter people. It changes everything about this. The game, the aspect, the colors, everything different. I even can show you a cool place that I thought was really cool. I wonder if there was a... There is no stag beetle there. That's what I didn't like about it. But there is a stag beetle in one area I know I can show you guys, and I can show you. It's kind of creepy because everything is like bugs in this game. Bugs. I got hit. Man, that hurt hard. That hurt hard. 3. There we go. You can use this to restore your health. I just went up. See, there is secret paths and hidden ways. You gotta find them. I just showed you where one is. because there's a little segment that I do want to show you guys. Another thing that's pretty cool that's in this place that they added in, like a little small feature, which is pretty darn cool. I'll show you guys in this video here. It's going to be like another small, it's a small hidden thing, but it's only for like a few seconds. So, but look, you can see how the graphics change for each and every different area. Each area is dedicated to what type of art it is. So like the HoloLens, they made this thing look like it's deadly. It's deadly, it's bad, it's dark, it's gray. Everything, it's different, everything. And it corresponds with the monsters you fight, the enemies you come across in this stage. People like, let me show you enemies and everything else. Each and every enemy can be different in this game. So let me go to, I know a cool one. I gotta take Dirt Mouth to get there, and I can show you guys this place. This place is awesome for graphics. This place is awesome. It's where I got this move from. So you can see what it looks like. Bum, 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 bum. I'm flying. And there we go. Now this is where it's called the Crystal Place or whatever. Crystal Peaks. And you can see all the purple, all the crystals, all the stuff they did for this. So you can see that each and every stage is dedicated to their art of what you feel different for each and every level. So every time you go to a different area or a different level in this game, the art changes with it. So the art, the music, and everything else. So the graphics for this game, they did a phenomenal job. Like the animations for the character, the moves, everything, they did a solid, great job with this. And that's the thing that I like about this game. They took the time and added in the little details that you didn't think was possible. You can add in, and they made it feel good and good to play. Like some stages have the background moving, for instance, which is kind of creepy and kind of cool at the same time. But this game, it's different. It is different than most, and it's very fun. It's hard. So for Wise, I'm going to give the graphics an 8 out of 8. Pretty good score. So let's talk about the music. The music is the next part of this game. You can hear it pretty well. Like if I go back to the menu scene here, like if I literally go right back to the menu, because it's not going to really matter. So I'll go to the menu and you can hear the music that's behind the soundtrack for this. So they took their job and made the music fairly well. I mean, fairly well. That they did a great job on the music. You can hear the music from the Green Path also. You can hear the sound effects. You can hear everything. Like when I killed the guy. You can hear everything they implemented into this game. They added the greatest. All the sounds are pretty cool. Everything in this game is awesome. It makes you feel for that area. What's going through in that area. You can feel and see what's going on with this area of the game. So this is the cool part about the sound and everything else. So now, like, this is just the green path with the areas where I'm in, but you can tell that the music is a little bit different than most. You can hear the sound steps of you jumping, the sound steps of moving, everything, all the sounds you can hear, everything in this game with the sounds, everything is different. You can hear it. You can hear the sounds of when he collects his thing. You can hear that. You can hear the steam. You can hear the sound of him coming out. You can hear the sound for that when I just did that move there, or this move here. You can hear the sounds. You can hear all of it. You can hear the sounds when you get hit. It makes it sound serious. Like you have what it takes to play this game, but the music is beautiful. The music, they did a phenomenal job with the game for this music. Sometimes I end up playing retarded where I am just doing what I should do and stuff like that, and it's like, just move in. Oh, I got something cool. So, this is the music. So I'm gonna go to another area for you guys. It's called the Fungal Waste. Let's see if I can get there. We're almost there. We just gotta go to the bottom of this area here. Oh yeah, I can't get hurt by poison. Oh, this ain't Fungal Waste. This is Fall Canyon. But look at the art. Look at the music. Everything for it. You don't even hear any music for this place. You can tell it's different though. Certain enemies in this game, just don't hit them. Just let them be. Just let them be. Well, this place doesn't really have any music. It's there, but it's like subtle. And here's the Queen's Garden. The music. I know where the music finally makes me remind me of. It reminds me of playing Skyrim in a certain area. I forget the name of the town for this place. So, what do you guys think of the music? It is different. I like it. It's pretty cool. And every area has its own types of music, soundtracks, sounds effects. They did a good job. They did a really good job on the music. So, music-wise, I'm going to give it 8 out of 8. So, let's talk about the gameplay mechanics. We're going to be talking about how it feels to play this game. This game is a Metroid type, Vania type game. You can tell by the, let's go into the map here. You can tell by the segments of how much areas I've been to. This is a Metroid slash type, like Castlevania, Symphony of the Night type of game. This game, it's pretty darn well of what they did for a Metroid type game, so you get that feeling. And it's long. It is not short. This game is long. You can beat, there is an achievement to where you can beat this game in a few hours. So there are more than 40 skills in this game, and the only way for, like, if you want to update your map in this game, you have to hit a save point. You have to get, let's see. gotta make sure you have this, the scribing key, and then you go sit down at the bench and it updates your map for you. So, like I said, for gameplay mechanics, you can play this game on PC, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So that's pretty awesome that this game's all around on different stuff you can use it on. You do have fast travel in this game. There is a little move you can do with fast travel, and it's right here. You get to use a dream gate or a dream sequence to get the fast travel. So there's different mechanics. So you got different special moves. You got the HUD layout. The HUD layout is very simple. It's easy to read. It's easy to find your location for items, especially for this. They made this very simple. All you have to do is scroll across, read what it do. You can see that it tells you how much notches it takes up and what the charm looks like, because each charm has its own art and everything else. You got certain things for certain enemies. You can see if they got weaknesses or different types of things going with them or fighting with. So the gameplay mechanics, it's pretty cool. So like you got this move, like this one. I didn't want to. Like that move there. That's pretty cool. Or let me see. I gotta kill an enemy here. You can't really go through there until you get like the black thing that I have here, because this is your one of the game mechanics is that. Or this. Oh, I hit enter on the wrong thing. Let's do this again. Or this here. That move there, which is pretty cool. Or you got your double jump. You got your sword weapons. So, your nail is what you use to what you're using basically through the whole game, but you can get it reinforced, make it stronger, make it a little bit more damage wise. You got mass pieces. I haven't found all of the mass pieces, but this is a mass piece where you gotta get 4 pieces for the map, and once you fill it up, you get a mask, and now it goes for your health. I did find all the extra nodes you can get that allows you to fill up your soul. Your soul is how I've been using these special moves. If I do the B like this to charge up to gain HP, you see my soul goes down. If I want to do that move, my soul goes down. But that one looks dark because I got the dark versions. I got the descended versions of each one. So you have to find the normal version and then go find the upgraded version somewhere else in the gameplay mechanics. So there is a lot of backtracking in this game. I will tell you that now. You will backtrack like crazy. If you don't know where you're going, like I do right here, like this is a teleporting move. Like I said, there's teleporting in the game. You will be backtracking a lot. You can equip certain skills to have it set up. So the only way, like I just sat down on the bench, this is the only way for you to really mess with anything. You can't do it when you hit start and try to change out. They're not going to allow that because to equip charge, you have to be resting. You have to be resting. So you're tired. So, but you can switch out your charms any way you want. See, I got an empty thing of charms now. I can go with the build the build that I like is so I can go with not the Dash Master. It's not this one. It's this one here. Or I thought of a cool one. You get the honeycombs with this and Joni's Blessing, which is pretty cool. Your health will automatically return. You can see that my health is blue now. So when I get hit, so I will show you what I mean by gameplay mechanics where I get hit. I got hit, but now you notice my health is going to start returning. I also put in little summon dudes because now my health, since my health is returning, I don't really have to worry about getting soul anymore because I have it set up to my unique build that you can go with in the game. So these notches are pretty cool. So the gameplay for this part is really awesome. So they allow that in so you won't be bored playing this game. You'll never be bored. You can change up everything you do in this. Like there was a certain notch you can do. You have to be sitting down on the bench. Like they added another cool feature without you noticing is that they fall asleep if you're sitting there. You can have a pets build. You can just have all pets. That's very dangerous in helping you out. So now I have another pet there, and they will help you out and protect you, and they will sleep. So they're sleeping there. You can have any type of build you want. So like you can have this on with this on, and let's say you want to have stronger attack or this thing on with the shield too. So now I got this fart gas that follows me everywhere I go, and it's really awesome. It's very powerful, and he talks differently every time. He changes his attitude, and then you get a different. Let me show you this thing here. You get a different thing here. This guy won't shut up once you save him. You can kill him. You can get Zolte dead, which they will explode. So with different setups there you can see that's pretty cool, isn't it? So gameplay wise, you won't be bored. Like special moves are dedicated for the characters. This dedicated moves, everything you have to find throughout the game as you're playing to get these. For each and every skill is different. But once you have them, you got them. So I've been showing them off in this gameplay. So like this one here, the wall jump you can do right here. You can stay on the walls, and also you can do the blast mode on the wall. So you got a lot of cool things you can do. There's one cool gameplay mechanic I didn't know about doing until like I've seen some other people do it and I tried it out, and I'm like, why am I not doing this? But I am so screwed up to get up here. I'll show you real fast. The reason why I'm in this area, because it's easy. It's an easy area. It's a very easy area to show you in what I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about, there's spikes right here. The thing I don't like about the gameplay mechanics in this game is spikes. If you get hit, they will put you back where you belong. That's it. So if you get hit, they put you back in the last checkpoint of a flat surface where you've been okay. So like, you can do that. I didn't even know that. That's a cool gameplay mechanic that they added in. So if you can't get to certain areas, you can just keep doing this until you get really good at it. Or bounce with it. Or you keep getting hit like I do here. But look, you can see, you can use that to your advantage and bounce to certain areas that you couldn't get before. I can show it to you. I'm going to show you guys this cool thing here that I was able to do. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys this. Ooh, ooh. I say about right here. Oh, I was right. So, where we're going to go to is the hidden station. And I'm going to show you what you can do with your gameplay mechanics. Because once you figure out the gameplay, it makes it very easy to speedrun this game. Because there's an achievement to beat the game within less than 10 hours and less than 5 hours. There's 2 achievements you can do to get that. But you got to know the layout of the game to get there. which is pretty cool. So once you figure out the layout, how to do certain things, so like right here, you see, you're supposed to have one thing to do, but you can tell if you get really good at this, you can make it halfway across all the way there. And if you got double jump or wall jump, you can get all the way up there without having this here. This thing here allows you to fly literally across the entire map. And if you keep going, you will hit spikes. So you can see that's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool mechanic that they added into the game that you might forget when you're fighting monsters or coming across different cool things. And it's pretty cool. It's the coolest thing ever. It's like certain creatures blend in when you don't even least expect them. So this game, they did a great job on the mechanics. They took their time. They made a great game for all the people who voted for, who gave them money on Kickstarter and everything else. So, which is pretty cool. So this is really cool. There's one place I don't like, which is right here. It's this dude. It's called the White Palace. It's the hardest area in the game. This area is one of the hardest areas in the entire game. It's called the White Palace. You can return your thing with this because it's a soul sword. That is what it is, a soul sword. It hits the soul of the background of the soul. I'll show you what I mean, the gameplay mechanics for this. Oh, they blocked the doors. I can't go through it. But yeah, if I did, it would have been tough. You can see, as I'm going back down through the place, they got rid of all the spikes. They got rid of all of them once you beat it. They got rid of all the chainsaw musics. But yeah, this place was the hardest place in the entire game, called the White Palace. And it's still the hardest place in the entire game. Is the White Palace. White Palace is the hardest place in the entire game. Is White Palace. It's the White Palace. Good thing I didn't save it in here, because I don't want to be in here for this review. But this is the gameplay mechanics. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay mechanics. So my rating for the gameplay mechanics, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 8. So it's time to talk about the next segment, and that is level design. Why level design, you say? Level design. You can see this game's a platformer. All platformer. Platformer, you got jumping here, jumping there, and jumping in this place here and there. You gotta jump to get to certain areas. You need double jump to get to certain places. You need a certain ability to get to this certain area. Yeah, this game's a platformer all through and through. It's platformer. Platformer. But we're talking about the level designs here. Levels designs, like I told you about the art and graphics, they're unique. But throughout this entire game, you will be jumping a lot on different spots. You will be jumping like so. jump, jump, jump. If you're not jumping, you're falling. If you're not falling, you're either going to be going through swimming, or you're dashing, or you're flying. If you're not flying, you're moving across the screen. There is some swimming in certain parts of the game. If you're not doing any of that type of stuff, you will be fighting a boss on top of level screens. Let me see if I can find the water. There is water. Went to the wrong spot. After you played it a lot, I remember exactly where to go most of the time to get to certain areas, to run. Like here's a guy. And you get to sit and witness, and I got the achievement for it. Yay! See, I told you there were some things I missed. See, you can swim. You're either swimming, you're either dashing. This is basically the game. This is mostly what you're going to be coming through in most levels of this game. If it ain't that, you got to worry about certain mechanics of animals or creatures, or more like bugs, insects, attacking you from the ground. But most of the time you're jumping. Like I said, there's going to be certain areas you can't get to. Because if you had normal jump, this is about as high you can jump, the normal jump. But you want to get up there, you can use wall jump, okay? If you want to get up, like up here, you can't get up there with the normal jump at all. If you have wall jump, that's about as high you can go. But you can do this if you jump on the wall. And boom, I'm up there with double jump and wall jump and the dash just to get there. So level design is made to feel difficult. There's space at the right moment. So when your jumps are made, you will make the jump or you miss the jump. You can get nervous and fall, and then boom, it's done. You got the jump or you bad jump. So there's not really much to talk about in level design because it's basically almost all the same through for each and every place that I've been to. I showed you the Crystal Peaks. I showed you there. I showed you the Rain of Tears. I showed you Forgotten Basin. There is no stag beetle here. I don't think so. I think I didn't find the stag beetle at the deep nest. The deep nest is very dark and rooted. Or you can just go through certain areas, but yeah, you can see different things. So let's talk about level design for this. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, 6 out of 8, not 6 out of 10, 6 out of 8. It's still pretty good, but it can get kind of repetitive after a while because you're going to go through different stages with different areas. You're not going to worry too much, but once you start getting close to enemies and stuff like that, see, like you can't reach that with jumping, but you can reach it with double jumping. You can't even reach it with double jumping because I'm not jumping good enough. So look, you can see I jumped, jump, jump. So that's basically it. So let's talk about enemies and bosses. That enemy I just fought, he blew himself up. It's because he's infected. Not this one, there's charging ones. Yeah, he's gonna blow himself up. This guy won't shut up, so I'll show you guys something pretty darn cool. It's one of the bosses. It's not a boss yet, but let's talk about the bosses. Let's talk about enemies and the guys you come across as bosses. Some enemies can be really hard. Okay, some enemies can't be hard, but mostly every single enemy has their own type of move. Some enemies don't attack. Some enemies just walk around. Some enemies are in armor and stuff like that. So if you look, you can see there's different types of enemies, different types of drawings for each and every single one of these guys. And every single one has a sound effect. Every single one has a powerful move they can use, powerful attacks, powerful things that make them great, except these damn things right here. The primal aspids need to suck. I hate those things, man. They get in your way and they fire at the right moment to kill you, and it's just, ugh. You come across those a lot. There's a lot of stuff in this game that makes bosses kind of hard and cheap shot, one shots, stuff like that. So, but look, you can see there's tons of different enemies in this game. So you got tons of varieties. Like these guys here, they shoot lasers. He shoots a laser beam. There's another version of him, like a smaller version. This thing shoots a crystal at you, and if you get hit by the crystal, or you miss it, if you don't get hit by it, it will make a small crystal pot on the ground, and you can still get hit by it. So it's like you gotta watch out. Like this thing here is really nasty. It's gonna be spewing out flying creature crawlers out of its stomach and out of its mouth, and it's just gonna be ugh. This thing is not even an enemy. It's mostly just give you eggs. These just float around. These just jump. These actually suicide themselves. So that's basically what these do, suicide. But you got the guys with the swords and the shields. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty strong. Those guys are pretty decently strong here. Yeah, you gotta ring the bell to call them. So, let me go to a certain spot. I'm gonna go to the distant village. Oh, this is the deep nest. Ha 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 ha. Totally forgot. There is one here at the deep nest. You can see that there's spider enemies. There's enemies that hide behind certain things. Like that there. I wouldn't even known. I didn't even know. You see that? That's how enemies are in this game. They're a lot different. And then the bosses can be hard too. Like, this is a boss. Which one? This guy, very hard boss. That's a hard boss to come across. Let's see here. This is an alright boss. Some people say he's very easy because all he does is run back and forth. See, like the Hive Knight can be difficult. This boss can be very difficult. This boss can be very difficult after you do one thing. This boss can be extremely difficult because they just make him difficult and he gets stronger every time you beat him. I mean, he gets stronger every time you beat him. So, and he just keeps getting stronger, 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 stronger. So to a point where you cannot defeat this dude. But but I'm gonna say the enemies and bosses in this game, some boss fights are pretty darn fun, some are just annoying, some you just don't want to fight anymore. Like the Nightmare King, that was a hard fight. The Grim fight was a hard fight. Yeah, some of these bosses, this was a hard fight. This was an easy fight. But you can tell that some of these bosses are pretty different and pretty unique. Pretty different, pretty unique, and all around just kind of there. So I'm gonna talk about the NPCs now. Oh wait, before I can talk about the NPCs, I need to tell my score for enemies and bosses. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 8 because actually no, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 8 because each boss and each segment can be really hard. Each boss and enemies you come across can get frustrating, make it difficult for you to advance and for you to move further on. So I'm gonna talk about NPCs now. NPCs for this game. NPCs. So the NPCs for this game are people you can talk to, have fun with. Like him, he talks to you because he's the guy in the village. I think he's the village chief. I don't know what he is, but he's there all the time. He's there all the time. I have not seen this guy move anywhere else in the game. There's certain other NPCs, like this guy here. You have to find him at the bottom in the very beginning area, but he sells you certain items you can buy in the shop. But once you get those certain items in that he has in the shop, you can use those items to upgrade what you have and upgrade and put stuff together for more charms and stuff like that, like I showed you earlier. And then you got the lady in here and the guy who does the map stuff. Once you complete all his maps for all the stays, he finally comes back home, which is a cool aesthetic because it shows him sleeping. And this is his wife, and she says, I already bought all the supplies, which I did buy all the supplies from them. And then you can see her, this is another NPC. So there's different NPCs, and she is in love with the guy who's outside, and this is where you fight the magic overlord Zote and everything else. So it's pretty crazy, pretty wild, pretty powerful fight. So, and that's basically it for NPCs. Besides Hornet, you come across, and the Nightmare, you come across as the Grim as a NPC because he helps you out leveling up something, but then you fight him as a boss, fight her as a boss, her as Nightmare King as a boss too, and then you also fight her Hornet as a boss, but they're also NPCs that help the character moves on or with certain abilities, which is kind of awesome. So it's time to sum this up and talk about a little bit of the main character, which is you right here. You are the Hollow Nest or the Hollow King of the game. You are tasked to do this main adventure and go through. You don't really know what's going on. He doesn't speak, he doesn't talk, he mostly looks up. He's basically Link from the games. He's Link, because Link don't talk. Link don't talk at all. He does not talk. There's a way you can glitch this out. If you die a certain amount of times and it's set, you can just move him. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the summary of it all, this game is awesome. This game is fun. Overall, since I gave certain segments their high score, this game overall high score is going to be an 8 out of 8. This game is a must-to-play game if you're good, if you're patient, if you got the time to sit through and fight every boss, because some bosses will take hours to beat, some wouldn't. This is my first time, so it took me a while. If you watch speedrunners, they just run through this game like it's nothing, cheesecake, but you gotta have practice, patience. You gotta learn how to fight the characters, you gotta know how to play with your guys. You gotta learn everything about this main character, of how to move, how to strike, how to do certain things. Because like if you hit this weapon, he will bounce back when he hits stuff. But if you hit upwards, you won't bounce back. So you gotta learn everything you can about the Hollow Knight. The game is pretty fun. This game is awesome. He is the Hollow Knight. And at the very end, you become the Hollow Knight. So it's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool game. And also, there is No, if you don't have an area, if you don't have the map for any of these areas you go to, you won't have a map for the area. So you have to go there and get there. So this game is difficult. It's hard, it's fun, and everything else. So I hope you guys enjoy this in-depth review of Hollow Knight, and I really do hope you guys expect to watch more of my videos, of my reviews, and I really do hope you guys enjoy Hollow Knight, the game review for Hollow Knight, the game that was hard, but the game was precious and long tidings. And I want to say to all my patrons, thank you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for helping me more like doing cool things so I can do this cool things for you guys. So thank you, and thank you again. Tell your friends, family, everybody you know about this, so they can come check it out. Tell them to join and become a patron. Check out this awesome video of Hollow Knight. So I give it an 8 out of 8 rating. So thank you guys for watching, and I, Digit D, will see you guys in the next video.